we got a really cool knife to look out today. I've wanted to see one of these for a while. It's the first day it showed up. We're going to look at the Recomended Swordfish gravity knife. Let's turn this around and take a look at it from above. All right, guys, I've been waiting to see one of these for a while. This is the Swordfish by Recomended, and what was really intriguing to me the first time I saw it, I thought it was an OTF, but it's not. It's a gravity knife. It's got these two little wings. Now, it is a very nicely done knife. I was not expecting this knife from Recomended. Recomended is a company that typically is making some super budget knives. Like, they have been really well known for making budget knives. But this is a very well done knife. It's in M390. It's got a nice clip point style blade, really thin behind the edge. The mechanism is unique. It's got a switch on it like an OTF, but when you push it, it opens up like that and locks it in. This is some very nicely done milling on this. I'm not 100% sure. I think this is titanium that has just been milled. That is not like a sticker or an inlay. It's just the milling on the titanium. I'm almost 100%, but like I said, this literally just came out of the box yesterday and went in my pocket this morning. It does have a carbon fiber inlay on this side, pocket clip, lanyard hole, and like I said, it's really well done. I'm impressed. In hand, so far, this is very comfortable. The blade on this is, like I said, M390, but this is what I was going to show you. Guys, that is very thin. This is like a straight razor. This thing is terrifyingly sharp and thin behind the edge. The little bit of cutting I've done with it today, it has done very well. It is comfortable as, well, I was going to curse, but it is very comfortable in hand with this grip here, because these little wings are jimped. And then you've just got a really good platform and feel on that. Action in and out, nice and smooth. So you can see what actually locks the knife open are these two little wings. They catch on a little spot inside the blade and then allow it to close. And you can see closed, they are further in than they are when the blade is open. So it's a really nice looking knife. It's got a kind of a, it's got a classic coffin end style on it that makes it look kind of vintage, even though it is a brand new knife. I really like a lot of things about this knife. It has got a lot going for it. I will say that the blade shape on this is almost scalpel-esque. You've got a lot of flatten and a little bit of belly up here. So the cutting I've done has been great, and it did come very sharp. Now, this came from Jared. I did not buy this. There's a lot of stuff you see on this channel that comes from Jared over at Knives Knives, but look at it. It is just beautifully done. The pocket clip is on there good and solid. It's milled into that slot there, and it is, like a lot of OTFs, kind of off center from the edge. And what that does is it allows you, when you do these two-piece knives like this, because this is a two-piece construction, it allows you to not have to do as much milling on one side as the other. If you had to do the same amount of milling, it can be cost prohibitive, and so that's a little cost-saving measure. Plus, it gives you room for the mechanism and the lock. The button is easy to push, easy to deploy, and it doesn't take a lot of effort. It's not like an OTF where you got to really push hard to get it to open. Very free movement on that. You can see right there. And you can, well, I can't do it behind a camera. You can flip it open. You can flip it open. It's got a nice fuller on this. Now, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think that has anything to do with the mechanism, because you can see it ends there. But it's got a really nice look to it. So you've got satin flats with a blasted blade. M390, it's not going to rust, so you really don't have to worry too much about it getting wet and things like that. And this is a gravity knife that you can put in your pocket because it's got a pocket clip. It also came with a pocket slip. Let me show you that. Pocket slip, in case you don't want to carry it with the pocket clip on the outside of your pocket, you can put it in this pocket slip like this. And so you can still carry it, and it's going to protect. I can see why you would want to do that. It's going to protect this knife. This is a very nice knife. You can actually, I think, you can take the pocket. I think this is for, let me see. Am I doing this wrong? I think, oh, geez, I don't know. No, it's not for that unless you're going to carry it I have not done this. You guys are seeing it for the first time live on camera. It's a little tight. I think that's what it's for right there, like that. So this is if you want to take the pocket clip off of it and put it in a pocket slip instead, you can do that. So sans pocket clip, I imagine it'd be very, very comfortable. So it's really cool. And like I said, Remet is a company that I'm typically used to seeing like $30 to $60 knives. And then to see something like this. Now, I don't know the price or anything like that because as you guys know, with first impressions, I keep myself kind of separated from the price. But I will tell you, I have noticed a couple things about this on first day that I'm not 100% about. So let's turn us around and I'll tell you what I found when we do flip side of the story, flip side of the knife. All right, there's not a ton of things that really are that off-putting about it, but there's a couple things. First of all, it's slick. It is slick. It doesn't have, even though there's some jimping on this and there's some texturing to this, it's still pretty slick because none of these are hard edges. Like I can really just rub around on it. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's an extremely, extremely sharp blade that this is. And if you were to slip up and get up over it, you're going to cut yourself for keeps. The next thing, sometimes it's a matter of timing. There's been a few times where you get the blade like this and then you have to basically make sure it's all the way locked in, which is kind of a deployment issue, which I'm going to argue that this has it way better because like you're going to feel that it's not locked on this one. On this one, you're not 100% sure. Like I have to do a double take every time. Like I'm like, did I get it out all the way? Because it kind of looks different than it does when it's in a closed position. So I'm always like double guessing whether it's completely open. And it's nowhere near as smooth of an action as you get on this. This just glides and is on rails. This is not. It feels a little coarse. And like you kind of have to jiggle it sometimes. And then, like I said, you got to check it. And sometimes, there's a lot of times when you're closing it, that it will bounce back up and then it will be just ever so slightly not quite closed like this, and then you gotta mess with it. That in my opinion for a gravity knife is they're supposed to be the easiest deployment as possible and super, super smooth like this. Like this still is the peak when it comes to gravity knives. And then a final thing that I really think they kind of missed the boat on. Now you can, like I said, you can take the pocket clip off of this and put it in a pocket slip and carry it, but it's not ambidextrous. And it's obviously not ambidextrous when it comes to the blade. Okay, it's out. See, I mean, honestly, I'm doing it. It's not an ambidextrous style blade shape. So, you know, I'm just saying, and then I'm a big, big fan of symmetry. You guys know this. I've talked about this 100 times, if not more. If you're going to piece of carbon fiber here, you got a spot for it here. You could always just extend the slot and put the slot in the carbon fiber and then extend the length of the shaft on this button and have the carbon fiber under here and then put your logo somewhere else because that's a very good clean look. And I just feel that they kind of missed the boat on making it look symmetrical. Is it a yup or a not? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's a good gravity knife. There aren't a lot of good gravity knives out there. And I think I've just been spoiled because I have what I think is ostensibly the best gravity knife to compare it to. But is it good? Yeah, it's a yup. It's a yup so far. I mean, it's fun. But one of the other things I forgot to mention, one of the other things, you can't like really sling it out, which is one of the fun things about this one. I can, now I can't do it because I'm on camera. But you definitely can sling, there you go. You can sling that one out. I'm doing it behind camera, it's a lot harder. You have a lot more fun in the deployment, a lot better ease of deployment with it than you do on this, and it's a lot more reliable. So it's a yup because it is a very good knife. It's fun, it's executed very well, but it definitely has some problems. Now, I may change my mind over the course of carry, because you guys know I'm gonna carry this for the next couple weeks or so before you see the final video, or before at least I record it and then start releasing it. So we'll see how that pans out. But let's turn this around, we'll do some final thoughts, and send you out about your day. So yeah, guys, there's a couple things about this. Most importantly, I'm not sure I like the locking mechanism on this. This is not, in my opinion, as functional as the Exo Gravity knife. But we're gonna carry it for a while, we're gonna see. And just since some of you guys have already been trolling me in comments, I accidentally bought 3 of the exact same shirt. I bought a 3-pack of red and black flannel lumberjack shirts. So you're going to see this in a lot of videos. Guys, that's it on this one. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comments. That's not how we do this, Mike. So that's it on this one. You guys know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, hit the bell icon. If you do hit the bell icon, make sure you got it set to all. Use the affiliate links down below. That's how you support the channel. It's like self-sponsorship. They don't cost you anything extra at checkout, but they support the channel. Same with the Amazon store. You can use that for all of your Amazon shopping. Just pin that link to your browser. You can check out Coffee Brand Coffee and Tempered Trail at a 10% discount when you use that link. And speaking of a 10% discount, I have a coupon code of crazysharp, all one word, that will save you 10% at KATSU Knives, 10% at Fair and Forge Knife Works, and 10% at Rosecraft Blades. I also have a membership down below. You can take that as you will if you want to support the channel that way, but I do have some special stuff that is available only to the paying members, and I have a public Discord. It's actually a gilded server. So guys, that's it on this one. I love you all. Keep it clean. There's a link to that gilded server down below because I'm a dummy and should have said that. Keep it clean in the comments section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I'll see you in the next video. It's been a rough day.